again! Welcome back to another segment of the Ratchet and Kim Possible Chronicles, another Sitch in time. Last time, our group managed to come in contact with Clank, only to find that he wants them to go to a planet named Xanathar to rescue Orvis, and somehow arrive 2 years in the past, which was when Nefarious was with Orvis at the time. But just before they had the chance to do that, they received a call from Quark at the Agorian Battleplex to help him out of yet another tough situation that he managed to get himself into. Oh boy, this is going to be a good one. But before I get started, I have a special little surprise in store in this segment. What is that special surprise? We shall wait and see. Guest narrator, shall we get started on this segment?
I thought you never asked. All right. As soon as they arrived, they docked their ship within the docking bay and got out. They made their way into the lobby. As soon as they arrived, they, much to their surprise, encountered a pair of unique individuals, the likes of which they have not seen in a while.
Hey, look who it is!
No way! I don't believe it! They rushed towards those unique individuals. Those individuals were Lilo and Sitch.
Lilo! Sitch! Hey, Ratchet! Kim! Long time no see!
Jabba Robert Hassan!
What are you guys doing all the way out here?
Well, it's a really long story, but let's just say a lot has happened since the last time we met. So, how have the two of you been? Did you find all of Stitch's cousins yet?
Yep, we've managed to find all of Stitch's cousins, and they have all found their one true place, right, Stitch?
All cousins accounted for.
By the way, where are Ron and Clank? Or Rufus, for that matter. Ron's at my dad's space station dealing with an unusual stomachache. And Clank,
Clank is currently at a mysterious clock that might be a time machine. Both Lilo and Stitch stood by speechless. They were perplexed by everything that they were told.
Okitaka? Achikava?
Yeah, all of that did sound strange. And again, that does seem to happen to us quite a lot.
Resin.
So, what are you guys doing all the way out here?
Even more bizarre than that, what are you doing on board the Agorian Battleplex?
Well, Stitch and several of his cousins were itching to try out a lot of these alien battle arenas, so we have been going to several of them within a few galaxies. We went to the one at that resort in space, the one on that planet with that cliff resort, that annihilation place, and that other one that was once hosted by that Quark guy.
Ratchet and Kim seemed very stunned by hearing all of what had been going on.
Wow. Sounds like you've been, really going places.
You've also seemed to have been very busy. So, how have you guys been doing in these battle complexes?
Really good. Stitch and his cousins have been winning lots of battles. Some of them have even become champions of each of them, and we are currently taking up residence in them. We have been ranking in a lot of bolts.
A lot of bolts.
That's great. We would love to hear all about them.
Certainly. We look forward to that, but right now we need to get going. Stitch has a match coming up and he needs to get to it.
Frag you.
I got sugar. Can't be late. Bye.
Lilo and Stitch walked off. Kim and Ratchet waved goodbye to them. Well, that was an unexpected surprise.
I know. I never thought I would run into them again, and in all places, too.
Now let's find Quark and get him out of this mess.
Certainly.
They rushed off through the lobby. Along the way, they saw that there were several Agorians, which really didn't surprise them. However, they have noticed that there were also Terrachnoids about. They then walked up to a holographic image of a Terrachnoid named Mac McElroy. He informed the duo that the Agorians hired the Terrachnoids to handle a lot of the technical stuff. This was on account that the Agorians and their aggressive nature enabled them to lack much intelligence. Such news did not surprise the duo at all. Soon enough, they made their way towards the transporter to the battle arena and were teleported in. As soon as they entered the arena, they were put through several tough challenges, each one more difficult than the previous one. The Agorians themselves hardly went easy on them. Regardless of the difficulties of the matches or how many of them there were, they were able to really handle themselves just fine. Kim's Centaurian armor played a huge role in making her formidable against the Agorians. Even more so than that, it helped to protect her against any dangerous hazards within the area, aside from any attacks brought forth by the Agorians. Within a massive amount of time, all of the battles were done, or so they thought.
Great. We fought through battle after battle on this death platform, and there's still no sign of Quark.
Where could that guy be? And now it is time for a four-way team co-op battle. Please welcome all the way from the Solana Galaxy, Mr. Copernicus Quark. Quark arrived via a rising platform. He was in handcuffs. Alongside him was an Agorian handler. The handler removed his handcuffs. That's Captain Quark. Geez, I didn't take a 3-week hero correspondence course to be called Mr. And please give a round of applause for our other challenger, the genetically modified blue fuzzy creature of destruction, Sitch! Sitch arrived in the battlefield in a very acrobatic style. He growled viciously.
Naga fuzzes! I'm fuzzes!
Let the four-way team co-op battle begin! And so the four-way team battle commenced accordingly. Each of the 4 fighters battled against one onslaught after another. Even Quark fought alongside them, if you can believe that. But only a little. Sitch, however, was really ferocious as he was bringing out his extra limbs and barely holding back. Kim and Ratchet indeed had a few helping hands within this fight, with Sitch providing a few more than Quark in more reasons than one. After a while, the fights were done. Ratchet was exhausted, but Sitch was still raring to continue fighting.
Outside Boca Mopa! Sitch can do this all day!
Please, no more. I can't handle another one. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for!
Oh, come on! Can't these people just cut me some slack?
Feed Boca!
It's time for the War Grok! The War Grok was brought up via a rising platform. It was a massive and vicious-looking beast. It snapped off its own chain and tossed its handler a great distance. The group stood by, greatly stunned. Quark ran off screaming again.
Blitzknight, looks like trouble.
You can say that again, Sitch.
Kim, Ratchet, and Sitch fought against the War Grok, while Quark ran off. trying to avoid the massive beast by any means necessary. The beast itself was just as extremely vicious as it was massive and terrifying, but the trio persisted against it. Kim's Centurion armor was really helping to protect her from the beast's might, as well as assisting her in combat. They came at the beast with everything they've got. Stitch managed to fight the beast by ripping out any objects that he could get his claws on, all 4 of them, and tossed them at the beast. After a long battle and nearly getting killed several times, they were able to subdue the beast. The 3 of them stood before the beast as it lied on the ground, beaten. "And now, gladiators, you must kill the war croc!"
Gaba Chitsu?
I'm not doing it.
No! Quark came running through. He stopped and did a heroic stance. "Honorable lizard things, I understand your proud warrior ways." As Quark rambled on, the wargrok was able to get itself back up. It came after the trio as they ran from it. The Nabla tribe of Florana once referred to me as he made a few strange noises as he made a few flapping gestures. Or he with mighty pecks who hath delivered us serenity, but we cannot kill this creature. What do you think you're doing? You must kill the wargrok or die!
Quark! This thing's trying to eat me! Aquachiha!
This thing won't let up.
Baltuga! Oh no, not good enough.
These kids are still young. They don't understand that being a hero is 45% strength, 60% bravery, and 10% raw energy. That's 115%! You're welcome.
What an idiot.
Please take me instead. All I ask is that you name something impressive in my honor, perhaps a school or a food court. The audience was silent for a brief moment. Suddenly, there was one applaud being heard, followed by a few more. Then it grew to several, and then much more until the entire crowd was applauding.
Agapava Taka?
By the blade of Argos, you have honored us! You are a true hero! Ratchet was thrown a great distance. Kim and Stitch rushed over to him and tended to him.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just peachy. He lifted himself off of the ground while being helped by Kim and Stitch. Nearly eaten by that thing, but other than that, never better.
Well, at least it's over.
Kadumbon. They looked over and noticed Quark rubbing the wargrok's belly as though it was some sort of massive dog. He then proceeded to name it Snowball. Ridiculous, I know. Ratchet, despite being spared, seemed very much annoyed by this. You've gotta be kidding me. Quark, having got on the wargrok, or Snowball, as he named it, rode off on it like some massive stallion. Kim and Ratchet, although still seeing this as awkward, both smiled.
I have to admit, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, so am I. Later on, they met back with Lilo within the lobby.
Ratchet! Kim! Stitch!
Hey, Lilo, what's happening?
I just watched you guys fight in all of those matches. You are great! Well, it was no big. The Centurion armor has really made me rock out harder out there.
Really? Because I was thinking that it was the other way around. Kim looked at him with a sweet and tender smile on her face.
Well, either way, you guys were awesome. Aw, thanks, Lilo. Although, I have to say that last part with the Warp Rock was quite an adventure, to say the least.
Battle was brutal, but last part was, really bizarre.
You said it, Stitch.
Well, now that we've managed to finish that up, we need to get going.
Oh, right. We have to get to Xanathar and find that time portal.
Okay then, you guys get going. Stitch and I will stay here and continue to browse through these fights. It was great seeing you again. Same here. Let's meet again sometime.
Yeah, and hopefully not too long after this time.
Certainly. See ya.
Bachuga!
Lilo and Kim and Ratchet made their way back towards the landing bay, returned to their ship, and left the battleplex. Oh my gosh, this is all such a mouthful. I need my water. Oh, that's so much better. As they flew away from the battleplex, Wade contacted them again. Hey guys, how did things go with Quark? Very irritating as always, but also somewhat bizarre. You don't say.
But we did run into Lilo and Stitch again.
Really? We haven't seen them in years. I know. It was a pleasant surprise to see them again.
Yeah, I agree. Now then, what were we going to talk about before Quark interrupted us?
Oh, right. Before we do that, there's someone who wants to say hi to you guys. At that moment, Ron appeared on the screen. He was wearing a dark blue bathrobe over his pajamas. He looked very much ill. Hey, KP, Ratchet, Ron! Jeez, Ron, you don't look so good. I was told that you're sick, but you seem even worse than they say you are. Oh, how I look doesn't even come close to how I feel. But thanks for your consideration, Ratchet.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we have some good news. We found Rufus.
What? You did? No way! Yeah, we did. Turns out he was with Clank all this time, just like we hoped that he was. Oh, thank goodness! Now I know that Rufus is safe and sound. That makes me a little better. Just then, he was about to heave. He rushed out of the screen and was heard throwing up. Ratchet and Kim both made horrified grimaces as they were hearing this take place. So much for feeling better. Ron, are you okay? Oh no, you're throwing up again, aren't you? Dang nabbit, and just when we thought we'd seen the end of that.
Hey Wade, who are you speaking to?
Soon enough, Mrs. Possible appeared on the screen.
Oh my goodness, Kim! Mom? Honey, come over here. It's Kim, and she's with Ratchet.
Shortly afterwards, Dr. Possible appeared on the screen beside his wife. Hey, Kimmy Cub, you seem to be doing well, and Ratchet, good to see you again, my boy. Same here, Dr. Possible. How are you doing? Did you manage to find Clank? Yeah, I have. I just don't know how I'll be able to reach him. Cheer up, my boy. I'm sure that you'll find a way. Yeah, I know, sir.
So, how have the two of you been? Did you both get back together? Shh, Mom!
Ratchet had sulked a little.
So anyway, how have you been doing? Have you been getting any more of those headache attacks? Well...
Yes, she has. And she's passed out a few times. But don't worry. I've been looking out for her.
Well, good on you.
Well, good on you to do that for us, my boy. I know our Kimmy Cub is safe and sound as long as you're with her. Well, I do the best that I can.
Keep at it, sweetie. We're always counting on you.
Thanks, Mrs. Possible. Guys, there are a few things that I need to talk about with Kim and Ratchet.
Oh, right, of course. We'll leave you kids alone.
Take care, Ratchet, and be sure to continue looking after our Kimmy Cub. Of course, Dr. Possible. As always, I'll do my best. Both of Kim's parents walked out. Wade remained on the screen. Ron was eventually able to return to view alongside Wade. So, Ron, I hear that you've been throwing up a lot, despite the fact that you haven't eaten anything in days. It's been awful. I've been throwing up all kinds of things that I have never eaten before, and yet for some reason, it all tasted so familiar. York! He began to heave again. He rushed out and was heard throwing up again. And there he goes again. Ron, what?
This just keeps getting stranger and stranger by the second.
And that's just the beginning. I've been curious with where all of this came from, so I did a scan of the, bile and found that it contains traces of ingredients of a Norwegian dish known as meat cakes.
Meat cakes? We've never eaten anything like that before.
Kim, Wade and I have a reason to believe that you and Ron at one point traveled through time. Kim was greatly startled to hear this.
What? What makes you say that?
When you passed out back on Quantos, you blurted out Tempest Simia. Wade did a little research to look into that, to what that is, and found out that it's a mystical time-traveling relic.
But I don't remember anything like that.
We know. Ratchet and I have been talking about the complexity of time travel, so something like that is to be expected. You also mentioned to me that your headaches and these time anomalies began around the same time. Wade was able to confirm that your headache attacks were being caused by massive amounts of lost memories returning to you. And considering that they're happening because of these anomalies, it would have to involve time traveling. All the memories of when you and Ron traveled through time are rushing back into your mind. Kim was very much shocked to hear all of this. But she seemed to have understood a lot of what was told to her.
As strange as all of that sounds, it actually does make sense. But I still don't remember.
Your mind must be having a very tough time processing all of those memories. That must have been what was causing those headaches. And the same goes for why you've been passing out a few times.
But what about Ron and his bizarre stomach aches?
My best guess would be all of the food that he's been eating during those episodes is filling up his stomach. Why else would he be throwing up when he hasn't eaten anything in days?
Yeah, that would make sense. Hold on a moment. I remember something involving that. It was when Ron and I just finished our first day of junior year. We felt some kind of bizarre shockwave. I remember hearing something about the future, and then a little afterwards, Ron inexplicably shouted, "I hate meat cakes." And now Ron's throwing up what could be meat cakes. And he did mention that all of what was coming out of him tasted familiar for some reason. Yeah, they fit together all too well to just be a coincidence. Oh my gosh, Ron and I traveled through time before?
Apparently, as to why or what you were even doing, Hopefully you'll be able to remember all that. Kim sat by, spellbound and shocked by everything she just heard and found out. You're going to be okay, right, Kim?
I don't know what to think. I can't believe that this is what's been happening.
Well, at least you found the answers you were looking for.
Yes, I have. But I still need to help Ron. I owe him so much, especially since I used him to...
Just then, a transmission from Azimuth interrupted her.
Ratchet, come in.
What is it, General?
It's just as I suspected. Forcelon's making a sweep of the entire sector. I'll lead their scouts as far away as I can. You and that girl need to make your way to Xanathar as quickly as possible.
Copy that. We're on our way. Sorry, Wade, but we need to cut this conversation short. We have things that need to be taken care of. Understood. I'll talk to you guys later. They severed communications with Wade and headed towards Xanathar at breakneck speed. A barrier surrounding the planet held back their approach, but they were able to remove that obstacle, or at least a portion of it, and made their way towards it.
Wow, that was all amazing. So, anyway, next time on Ratchet and Kim Possible, another Sitch in Time, we shall be diving into Xanathar and see if Ratchet and Kim are able to rescue Orvis. So, until next time, everyone, bye! Aren't you starting? You're kidding, right? I have to do this again? Oh no, it broke. It broke. Come on, don't do this to me again. You stupid retarded. Well then, I guess I'm just gonna have to... I was so hoping I would use iTunes for this, but I guess not. It broke on me. I can't believe this is happening. I just cannot believe this is happening. Alright, hang on.
This next track is dedicated to Minerbot.